Coach, it's dreary and miserable throughout much of the Midwest, but we've got football to perk up our spirits. That's the good news. At Paul Brown Stadium, that's where we're at here in Cincinnati. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Look at the spin. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Now Joe Mixon.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Mixon. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now a play fake here on first down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
On second down, here's Mixon. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down.
Hey, Mike 51. Rip right. Hey, watch it.
From the gun, Fields. And Eifert has it. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Mike 50.
Operating from the gun, Fields. Being chased out left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
On second down, Mixon. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On first and 10, Fields. He gets this one to Boyd. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That puts him in excellent position, first and goal after a gain of 19.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll give it to Mixon, and he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Here's Mixon. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The penalty certainly makes things tougher here as they try again. 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Fields. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. This is Gallman. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And Ingram holds it in. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, foxtrot.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Set, 8, lead. Ready?
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. 20! And all the way down to the 9. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 42 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Wayne Gallman, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Bengals drive about to get going. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November. already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. Back to throw. Fields steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 42.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the 38-yard line.
Mike 51. Mike 51. Let's go. Let's go. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51. In your face.
2nd and 6. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there.
Ready? 60 out low. Hey, let's come now. Hey, let's go.
Mixon with a first down carry. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
They'll run here with Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now, Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Looking to throw. Fields toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Blake Martinez, the linebacker, was there in coverage to disrupt.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Gallman will run it. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll look to throw. That's complete to Gallman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Looking deep for Adams. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go.
And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a 1st down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, Fields. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got an open man, it's Washington. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
General West, Bravo. Hey, Sam off. On
2nd and 2. Finds his tight end Ingram. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the 1st half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll look to throw here on first down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Well, the pretty move couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They'll drop to throw. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Evan Ingram, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it's 21-3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time, but it'll be 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again. Fields completes it to the fullback, Ham. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Fields. That's caught inside the 20. And a loose football. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Tyler Eifert, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead. A
glad we were paying attention during the rule seminar because we learned the only time you can't advance a fumble like that is in the last 2 minutes of either half.
Right. Other than that, if that ball's out, whether forward or backwards, it's live and free for anybody.
No doubt about it. When you say free, that means he's got free reign to pick it up and go. And that's exactly what happened there. Took it in for a touchdown.
Well, I guess they felt like they needed something to get them going. Maybe you wait for this type of a play, but they try the onside kick, and it works.
I'm starting to wonder if the analytics coach is starting to get involved in the football nowadays. When you see this type of play made, this type of a risk taken, sometimes there's a different influences going into the head coach's ear.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Yeah, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check 31, check 30. Match ball. Right. Check 3, check 3.
Now they run with Mixon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Off play action. Fields throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 3rd down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
He's got his man, Boyd. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Boyd, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2. They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field, and that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give him the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there? Because I was. I definitely was. But as you noted, maybe they're just looking at the downs chart and saying, okay, we're comfortable where we are.
This is fielded at the goal line.
Let's go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now. That's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Now this window is running back out of the backfield. It's a gain of 7, and they're going to have a 3rd down. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. But it's brought in by Washington. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
1st down, Packers.
Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Gallman. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Boston Scott, his first carry. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go. 18 Gators. 80 weapons.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Letting one go deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Throwing on 1st down. Fields. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line. On 1st down, Fields. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
Throwing again. Fields escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. Now, the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Fields airing one out for Boyd. It's caught inside the 25. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 22-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. The toss play to Mixon. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. 2nd and 13.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what?
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Kevin King with a pick. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. Now Gallman. And he's got some space here. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 56 yards on the ground. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Boston Scott, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And there the counter play proves successful for the touchdown. What typically makes a counter play in general successful, Charles?
But what you're trying to do, Brandon, is to get the team moving in one direction, meaning the defense. Get them going in one direction and then wall them off with your blocking and bring it back in the other direction. That way, you don't actually have to punish them with your blocking. You just position them. And if you have any kind of a good back, he'll take full advantage of it and gain good yardage.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And now it's third down.
Got it. 36. Line 36. Know your job.
Operating from the gun, Fields. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Line 36. Line 36.
On fourth down, Fields. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Kenny Galladay, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. To throw on second down, Fields. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Space to maneuver at the 40. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. On 1st and 10, Fields got his man. It's Eifert. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Let's go.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing on 1st down. Fields. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 42-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
He's coming.
On the ground, it's Gallman again. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Williams. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw here. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Hey, Sam off. Bang, bang. Back, bang.
He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Packers, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens.